Today is the 2nd of March, 2021, which is a Tuesday, and the time right now is the magical 22:22. In this video, I'm going to show you my daily results with Mohini Trade, probably the strongest Forex trading robot in the world. Now, this is what my day looks like on the DAX 30 chart with the M5 zoom, and this is where my day began between the 1st and the 2nd of March. You see that little thing, the little tick? Well, the green one, that's where it began with a little bit of breakout, and then there's a huge drop. Well, it's not that huge, but it's relatively huge for the day. Then a little valley, then some volatile, very tradable action. Look at this big giant peak, this gorgeous spike. We love that. We could trade that a lot. But after like 10:30-ish or so, the whole market was moving within a 70 pip area, which is, well, it was some of it was tradable, like those bigger swings or that value or that comeback, but it was not as tradable as this wonderful period, which is actually the early hours of the morning. And if you watch my videos, you should know that I program my sets to trade between the hours of 8:30 a.m. and 10 p.m., which means that if I hadn't had what I actually did have last night, I would have skipped on this wonderful tradable time period, and my robot would have only joined in trading after 8:30 or so, which is somewhere around this time. So I would have skipped, would have missed this much of profit. And I'm not saying this was bad, but good doesn't look like this. That's the bottom line. So what I'm trying to say is that you probably remember, if you watch my videos, that I installed Mohini Chief, which is one robot to rule them all. It's like a main robot that watches the trend lines. You can turn on and off groups of robots at will, just one push of a button, and a bunch of robots do or do not do things. So I installed Mohini Chief last night, and I used the button to prevent actually, I shut down the restriction on night trading on the sell position putting robots. Well, that came out right, I hope. In other words, there's a button in Mohini Chief where you can turn off just those robots that put sell positions or buy positions. So I turned off the ones that put buy positions. Why? Because yesterday we had a big run up. It was a very bullish day, and I was kind of like, we are very close to the all-time high actually, and we were expecting a drop. I was personally expecting a much bigger drop. I think it was kind of like a little drop, but tomorrow maybe, I hope a big drop is coming. That would be super awesome, because then all of my open positions would turn into gold, because I have many. But what I'm trying to say, oh, why did I summon the keyboard? So what I was trying to tell you is this, that I turned on the robot and I kind of canceled out on all the buy position putting robots, meaning that they could not trade, but the sell position putting robots, I allowed them to trade even after hours. So what happened is here I made killing. Well, I made like $50. I woke up to a $50 profit because it was trading all this dip, which is freaking awesome. So let's get to my results. As you can see, these are the times of closing. Like the first one is 2:48. That's the time of closing. And what time did it open? 2:32. So it opened a position, a sell position. It was not supposed to open any buy positions. So if you see buy positions, make sure those buy positions were open the day before. So it's all sell positions in the morning, 2:30 1:24. So it kept opening a bunch of positions and kept closing them with profit. Take a look. So it's all sell positions, sell, amounts. Well, nothing really big, but these add up. Look, they're all sell positions. Maybe I should just zoom out. Yeah. And yeah, sometimes I have the occasional red, but nothing major. This is when the robot somehow doesn't catch the curve on the top or on the bottoms. But 6 cents, come on. I mean, that's not like anything. So anyways, this is still before my trading hours. So I have a bunch of, like from here to all the top, all of these profits were kind of out of the trading hours. And this, like you see at 8:30, the one that closed at 8:30, yeah, even that opened a little bit before, like 8:25, so that wouldn't have been there. So I'd say this, which was opened at 8:30. Well, that would have been my first trade if it wasn't for Mohini Chief. So anyways, let's take a look at my results here. Bunch of penny profits, nothing major, nothing big. Well, there's a $7, a $5, a $7, another $5, $4 bunch. Oh, two $14 ones, bunch of $4, $5 ones. Very nice, very nice. So nothing major. You see the $4 one. These probably come from this part of the day. Yeah, that's the afternoon hours. That's right, that's the afternoon hours. And nothing major, nothing major. Well, there's a little red, but oh, why did it jump back up? Okay, all right. Sorry, it jumped back up for some weird reason. Anyways, we were down here. Yes, and this is my total for the day, $218.39, which I believe is pretty decent. You know why? Because I believe that it didn't take a very high exposure. It didn't risk too much, but I made this much anyways on a very kind of like very mediocre or worse than mediocre market day. Well, it began nicely, but then it just all got like mushed out, like grayed out, so to speak. Now let's take a look at my exposure, my open positions. Of course, they're all sell positions, which actually makes me feel at ease. I don't like when I have a lot of buy positions, because buy positions can kill your account when is, let's say, a sudden drop. It drops easier than spikes. Let's face it. That's the kind of reality of trading. But if you have a bunch of sell positions way down low, like look, these are very nice ones, very nice, and nothing really outstanding. So not like $100 sell position, but I have like many of them, like at least 20 of them I have, or maybe even more, 20 some. And if the price continues falling, so if tomorrow, that's what I'm expecting, then I'm gonna be safe and sound at least until a certain height. And the total of my open positions is $419.83, and you can see it also has 3 buy positions. These are like my mascots, right? They just bring me along. These are my rabbit foots, so to speak. So let's take a look at my FX book. I'm just gonna hit refresh here to silence the doubters and see my results. You should know, just for sake of honesty and transparency, that my FX book is track record verified and trading privileges verified. And let's start with my gain. My gain is 683.27%. My absolute gain is a little less because I took out already a little bit of money, 431.92%. And my story, well, I'm not going to get into that. I'm just going to accept the cookies. Thank you, Grandma, for the cookies. And yes, so I deposited $2,000 on the 2nd of December, started trading on the 7th of December. So technically, it's 5 more days until I'm 3 months old trader. So I haven't even been trading for 3 months yet. Out of the $2,000, I already withdrew $25,000, plus I still have $8,140 US dollars at my account to trade with. So technically, I have a little over $10,640 or something like that. So a little over $10,000 on my account anyways. So I'm very happy, very content. If you like these results and you feel like you could do better, or you would just love to have these results, you can find my link here, in the description box. There's my email. Drop me a line. Let's get in touch. I'll hook you up. Let's talk first, by the way, because maybe I can help you. Maybe it's for you. Maybe it's not for you. But I can hook you up if it's for you. I'm going to get you started, situated, and I'm going to make sure you start making very similar gains. And you should start making money, brother. If you have at least $2,000 to get started, then you should get started. I don't know how to emphasize this, because this is new age technology. This is 21st century. This is new age alchemy, making gold, creating wealth, value out of thin air. Well, not thin air plus a $2,000 because that's what you need to deposit at your brokers. I'm not going to take your $2,000, but that's what you got to start with. Like I did start with $2,000. That's exactly what you should do. So anyways, if you like these results, drop me a line. My email address is below. Thank you so much for your unyielding attention, and I'm saying goodbye again by showing you that my gains are way over 666.66%. All right, that was a really bad joke. Thank you again, and see you next time. Ciao.